The first of 3 T20 internationals between West Indies women and South Africa women right here at the 3Ws Oval.
Folks, the news from out in the middle. The West Indies have yet again won the toss, and this time they're bowling first.
Let's have a look at South Africa first up. Laura Wolvaardt and Tasman Brits have been prolific in this format for South Africa since 2023. They'll want to look to kick on. Mia Naismith on debut, the Free State all-rounder, rising up from under-19 cricket. And Karabo Misa getting her third call-up in this format. Also returned to action for Ayabonga Kaka. And it's good to see a well-rounded South African team hoping to continue their winning form from the ODI series.
For West Indies, it's one force change with Stephanie Taylor out injured. In comes Shabika Ghaznavi, and also the change of Zayda James out. So Ghaznavi and really Alan Crimson being given opportunities to young Guyanese batters. It means it's more power in this West Indies side, but it also means we'll see someone different with the ball in the power play.
Yeah, first T20 international of this series, and a lot of excitement around to see what these two teams can produce. It's the first of three, live from the 3Ws here, 3Ws Oval here in Barbados. Yeah, these two stalwarts for South Africa, they've been so prolific in one-day international cricket, exceptional too in this format. Their records are commendable. Best of 81, strike rate of over 100, and they are once again expected to lay the platform for South Africa in this innings, in this format, and in this series. Hayley Matthews, though, since 2023, she's been brilliant with the bat. No other player in the world game off the mark straight away. Yeah, that's 4. The moment it passes the infield, it's difficult to hold that back in. So a positive start from Captain Wolvaardt in this over.
Yeah, fielder in the circle at mid-on, Chanel Henry just could not get down in time. Struck firmly to her right. Good positive stroke play from Laura Wolvaardt to get going.
Yeah, that's gone. That's a mighty blow. Wonderful batting from Brits, taking the attack to West Indies, 17 without loss. Yeah, should be taken. Chanel Henry, yeah, completes the catch. She's been trying to get on with it, not connecting, and an early strike for the West Indies. Wicket for Claxton.
Yeah, youngsters been really good. Just gone for 3 runs in this over so far. It ain't high on the bat. Probably went to take a lot squarer, Laura Wolvaardt. Easy enough catch for Chanel Henry. But this is important for West Indies. Early breakthrough. Now they can put pressure on South Africa. Wolvaardt has to walk back for 9-18 for 1. All right, at least you know the right things are happening. Struck firmly past the fielder at mid-off, and a boundary for Brits.
Yeah, the use of the feet is what's important here. She got to the pitch of the delivery. Just look at that early movement and gets close enough to the ball. Beats the bowler to the left and the fielder to the right.
Could be wicket number 2. Claxton once again bags another. That is delight on her face and the West Indies women.
A delight for the West Indian women. The second wicket has fallen. Jazara Claxton with just a slow delivery into the deck. And the skipper she will not make a mistake. The youngsters really stepping up in today's match. Marizanne Kapp goes for 2 in South Africa, 25 for 2.
Pace on that one. Wowzers. Buys is the signal. Brits is acting a question, but that was quick, Stacey.
And this is what we've seen from Jazara Claxton previously. She's not afraid to bowl the short ball. She's not afraid to attack batters. Shameen Campbell, with all her antics, and tried but couldn't get a hand to it.
Answering a question. And the chase is given up by Kiana Joseph.
Yeah, the reverse sweep from Brits. Umpire signals 4 runs.
Gets it wrong. The clerk gets it right. Boundary.
Yeah, too full and down the leg for Nadine de Klerk. She's a very good striker on the leg side. Yeah, just helped it on its way.
Gets it past Kiana Joseph. Glasgow in chase, but won't get there. Maybe loosens the shackles a bit.
Yeah, most definitely does. A better effort is needed. Again, it's looked into the leg side, but just too close to Kiana Joseph, who should have done better. Remember, her on the other side might need to pull that length. It's just a bit too full.
Gets it wrong again and will pay the price. That's 2 boundaries in the over now.
Yeah, that's 9 runs and the 2 boundaries off. De Klerk's bat again angling into the leg side and just helped along the way. And Kiana Joseph didn't have a chance this time around.
Afi Fletcher now to Brits. He uses her feet and goes all the way down the ground for 4. Brits knows that she's the key for South Africa here. She's done all the hard work early on.
Yeah, and this is what has stood out so far in her innings. Willingness to use her feet, especially to someone like Afi Fletcher. If you bat her from the crease, it becomes so much more difficult. She has good control and she flights it quite a bit.
Poor delivery. Pumps that down the ground for 4. Runs flowing nicely for South Africa here. 12 from the over with 1 ball to go.
Yeah, that is what the first shot in the over created, by putting her under pressure, and then she used the crease, the previous ball deep in the crease, and pulled it backward square. And then now again down the track, and she's targeting straight back past the bowler. Always a good option. So this is exceptional batting from Brits.
Now she's dealing in 6s is Tasman Brits. Big over for South Africa, 18 from it, 75 for 2. Into the gap and struck with power, 4 runs to Brits.
Talk about timing from Tasman Brits. Just angling into her pads. And just the way she's able to whip her wrist and her hands through that shot and sped away despite protection in that direction. That's shown a remarkable effort from her.
Uses her feet this time and goes all the way for 6. Tasman Brits brings up a 14th Women's T20 International 50 in some style.
Yeah, acknowledging the applause of her teammates and those around here at the stadium. At this facility, has been breathtaking to look at her innings from the start of it, and up until now she's been in so much control.
Return catch, a sharp one for Claxton, and she gets her 3rd wicket. Just as South Africa were running away, West Indies come back.
Another slower delivery, back of the hand slower delivery. She completes the catch and then she throws it up in the air, so whatever happens thereafter, that's fine. So wonderful work from her to round the over out. The Klerk goes for 21, 96 for 3.
Bit over this from Haley Matthews just 4 from it. 100 up for South Africa, 100 for 3 at the end of 12.
What a shot that is. She's not just got 50, she's carrying on.
Yeah, they're not only thinking about what's to come, they're thinking about the fact that it's a Tasman Brits that's well set and striking the ball as cleanly as this. Really good manipulation of the field, gives herself enough room to crash it past the fielder in the circle at mid-off.
Catch taken, and Afi Fletcher finds her name in the wickets column.
Here's the youngster Mia Smith dismissed by Fletcher. A slightly different plan to Smith because she hasn't been destructive. So Fletcher backs herself to go into the surface, a bit slower. Unfortunately for Smith, she cannot get it past Kiana Joseph at short mid wicket. 9 on debut for Smith, 122 for 4.
Spilled and pushed just over. We knew that she would go after it, and Shabika Gajnabi puts it down. 6 runs to close it out, 130 for 4. She's rehearsing that shot, and it should have been a W for the West Indies. At this stage of the innings, you expect that. You expect her to go after it, but you might also expect Gajnabi to maybe take this as well. Would have been a good grab, got herself into a relatively decent position. How much will that cost the West Indies?
Brits gets this past Kiana Joseph, and he'll race away to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, the smallest of margins. Yoka Ling, slower ball delivery from Jazara Claxton, and
sound off the bat tells you what a good shot that is. Tasman Brits, she now reaches the highest score in the format. She's on 82, beating the 81 scored against India in Chennai last year.
Yeah, slower and shorter from Jazara Claxton, and she ends a really good spell with a 6.
Catch it! Cries of catch it, but more runs for South Africa. 4 runs to the total.
Yeah, anything that's on with for Chloe Tryon, well, she's taking on that big boundary. Placement with this shot spot on in the middle of the 2 fielders. So 1 bounce into the boundary ropes.
Uses her feet at will, does Tasman Brits. The highest score in this format. Oh boy! She'll be livid. Chloe Tryon. His partnership was just taking off for South Africa. Against the run of play, West Indies pick up a crucial wicket.
It pulled into the leg side, and good awareness. They've been struggling in the field, but good awareness from Glasgow in the deep. A good firm throw to Campbell, and straight to her gloves and dismissed. A partnership of 36 is broken between this pair, Chloe Tryon. And she goes back for 16. South Africa lose their 5th on 158.
Pierces the gap on the offside as Derrickson captains after it. Ball wins the race to the boundary for 4. Beautifully struck by Derrickson.
Yeah, definitely not the bowling plans. You don't want them to score on the offside. You've set a leg side field, so giving chase Matthews, and just pulls out in the end because usually she'll die for this. Again, just considering that shoulder.
Straight through her. Aline strikes back, and Derrickson has to go.
Yeah, this is where she's dangerous, Aliyah Aline. Yeah, full of length delivery, and again, just no room for Dirksen, who tries to play across the line. Anyway, Dirksen goes for 5, and South Africa 165 for 6.
Would have been an excellent catch. Wide, and she stretched out the hand, not to be. Another 4 runs to the total.
Their feeling has let them down at times, and this just adds insult to injury. It's a good diving effort from the wicket keeper, Jermaine Campbell, but it does run away. It has the legs to run away.
Brits tees off in style, goes all the way for 6. And she ends on 98 not out as Tasman Brits misses out on 100, but she has powered South Africa to 183 for 6, the highest total against West Indies in women's T20 internationals. So often they get off to an excellent start with Wolfhard and Brits. It wasn't to be today. Wolfhard and Cap out early, and then a record-breaking 3rd wicket stand between de Klerk and Brits got South Africa back on track. In the end, Brits remaining unbeaten on 98 to take South Africa to 183 for 6 at just over 9 to the over.
And talk about those partnerships. Even though the opening pair was broken, that partnership was broken on just 18. Just look at de Klerk and Brits, 71 from 43. And then there were a few other partnerships, Smith and Brits, and then Tryon. But just look at Tasman Brits. She's been there from start to finish.
That's a big plus for South Africa. 3 for 39 for Jazara Claxton, and a wicket apiece for Affie Fletcher and Alia Ling.
Yeah, that's the target, 184. It will take some getting from West Indies if they're able to get there.
Kiana Joseph opening the batting, 19 innings, 2 50s to her name. Yeah, Malaba, non-Kululuku. Malaba is not going to allow it to be as easy pickings for her with her variations.
Yeah, what a start. This is what you can get from Kiana Joseph. It doesn't matter if it's the first delivery of the innings. Once in the slot, she's prepared to take it on. Good start.
Yeah, pitched up and yeah, in the slot for Kiana Joseph, who will not miss out. Yeah, good stride, good connection.
Straight to the fielder. What a catch. That is exceptional stuff from Tryon. Even she is surprised. It was well struck, but field well set. Wicket early.
Yeah, unbelievable from Chloe Tryon. Yeah, the trap was set for Kiana Joseph, and she was just lured into it. Marizanne Kapp just hitting the deck and pulled into the leg side, ferociously pulled by Kiana Joseph. But just look at Chloe Tryon's reaction. Because of the power, almost took her across the boundary rope, but her awareness, her skill, yeah, she herself couldn't believe it. It has to take something special to get that wicket. But the breakthrough is made. Kiana Joseph will be surprised with that, but she goes for 5. West Indies 6 for 1.
Crisp from Grimmon.
Very rare a batter has Marizanne Kapp standing, but this shot from Liliana Grimmon through the offside, beating that offside field. Yeah, just pitched up and through the line.
Wonder how close that is. Firstly, we have to determine whether or not the bowler touched the ball, because she must touch the ball in order for it to be out. And then secondly, whether she's out of the crease. The batter is actually walking, Liliana Grimmond. So she seems convinced that one, she touched it, and two, she was out of her ground. This is quite unfortunate. Let's have a close look. And it's quite close. She might just have gotten a fingertip to it. Grimmond is out of her crease at the moment, backing up. So she's out of her ground. There was contact with ball on hand, and then contact with ball on stumps. All the while Grimmond is out of her crease. So this is going to be another wicket for South Africa. What a start for them with the ball.
Yeah, Liliana Grimmond, she started walking immediately. She goes for 4. West Indies 10 for 2.
Hits the stumps again. This time it ricochets for 4. I think though Hayley Matthews was in her ground and Cap didn't get a hand to it.
As you'd say, not playing for slips, Hayley Matthews, she's not going to be dismissed in this manner. Driven back firmly by Campbell, but not very far off Matthews, to just enough to get back into her ground.
Shot. Really good shot from Campbell. Placement and timing exquisite.
Yeah, this has been a good over for West Indies. 11 off it so far. Yeah, Campbell batting out of her crease to just give herself an extra opportunity, and cuts late and gets past those 2-point fielders.
That is brilliant. That is Hayley Matthews. That maybe might get herself going.
Yeah, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's Hayley Matthews with the record she has and the vice captain at the crease. And this is what she can do. She can score all around the wicket, but especially through that offside. Yeah, just the length that allows her to get back, give herself enough room to punch that over the offside.
Gets the elevation, Matthews. That's a favourite area for her.
And so classy through the offside, Hayley Matthews. Asking for a different bat, and you're wondering why when you're hitting the ball as cleanly as this. Yeah, just in the slot from Marizanne Cat on that occasion, and slightly too wide. Yeah, up and over.
A very soft dismissal for Hayley Matthews. A change of bat has not brought herself the fortune.
Why, Hayley? Why did you change that bat? Yeah, just a leading edge, trying to whip that one through the onside. Threw the shot a bit too early. Easy catch from Nadine de Klerk. And that tells you how much it means to South Africa to dismiss Hayley Matthews. Gone for 19, 42 for 3.
Gets it through. She's gotten some runs in that backward of square area today, Campbell. End of the power play, 47 for 3. Wicket for Kaka with pace off. Campbell goes, and that's 4 down.
Campbell will be disappointed with this dismissal. Kakado, all joy for her. Just played that first ODI, and then she was rested for the 2 games. Back into the team. Yeah, T20 variations are always key. Team from Campbell. She picked the slower delivery, but no pace at all to work with. Easy catch from Miso behind the stumps. Campbell has to walk back after a start. Going for 16. West Indies 48 for 4.
Left arm spin does the trick. Mlaba, uncertain of how it happened, but it goes down as a wicket for her.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how it happens, she'll be happy with the wicket. We spoke about the importance of the left arm spinner, especially to these two batters. Get off the pad, onto the glove, and then onto the stump somehow. Unfortunate, you'll say, for Gajnabi, looking to hit it flying. Yeah, she has no clue, but she's happy, Malaba. Gajnabi walks back without troubling the score. 49 for 5.
End of the over. It's 50 up for West Indies, 50 for 5 at the end of 8. Through the gap for 4. Geez, that's a good shot from Henry.
It looks similar to one of those that De Klerk may have played in her innings. But the quick hands through from Chanel Henry. The fielder didn't quite get a chance to get around.
Struck with some power, the bat of Henry. Slower ball right in front of the stumps. Big appeal from De Klerk. Not out, says the umpire Namali Pereira. 68 for 5. Pump that on the ground and it'll race away to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, this is good from Janelia Glasgow. Class did try to put her foot there. Not something you'd want to teach the young boys and girls.
Oh, this time the edge brings a boundary for Glasgow.
Yeah, inadvertent. Not exactly where she would have wanted it in terms of direction, but precisely what she'd have wanted in terms of result.
Edge again. And maybe could get there. Yes, it does. 2 edges, 2 boundaries.
Educated edge. That's what that is called. Second time in the over. Just looking to give herself some room. Desperate dive from Class.
Back to Tasman Britt's innings and how she was able to use her feet, hit over the top, clear the boundary at least 4 times. What a good fielding effort that is from Nadine de Klerk. They're putting their bodies on the line here, South Africa, well in front of the game, and it just shows the intent in the field.
Yeah, absolutely outstanding this from Nadine de Klerk. Giving it her all, and for that ball to stick in her one hand, brilliant.
Cracked through the covers for 4. That's a wonderful shot from Glasgow. I really enjoyed this knock from her.
Yeah, well, it's pleasing to see when she's trying to score in front of the wicket. Stays right side of the ball, opens that front foot, and she carves it through the offside. Really good timing, connection, and placement.
Chanel Henry doing what she does best, clearing the ropes for 6 and making best use of the free hit. 2 overs to go, 120 for 5. Nicely struck. And again, it's that field and Nadine de Klerk. How many runs has she scored? She saved today. Excellent partnership with Brits for the 3rd wicket, and in the field she's been outstanding.
Yeah, true definition of an all-rounder. Good with the bat, equally good with the ball, and brilliant in the field. And these all count.
nicely guided away by Glasgow, and that will be her first 50 in international cricket. Her teammates rise to the occasion, and it's wonderful to see how she has stood up tall in a tough run chase for West Indies. Tries of catch it, and another one, Chloe Tryon. The first one was brilliant. This one, she says, well, a little bit easier, but still tough to hold on to in blustery conditions.
Just suggests at the end that it did swerve with the wind, but good from the clear. She's been excellent all day, contributions all round. Chanel Henry never quite got going easy enough after that first catch by Tryon. Henry walks back for 26, 130 for 6.
Last ball. Straight to the fielder. South Africa have been brilliant with bat, ball and in the field. They win this opening encounter by 50 runs to take a 1-0 lead in this 3-match Women's T20 International Series. Removing Joseph and Matthews up top was crucial. Glasgow, a shining light towards the end, 53 from 44. West Indies end their 20 overs on 133 for 6.
It was the experience of Malaba and Marizanne Kapp at the top. Marizanne Kapp got 2 important wickets at the top. Most important, Kiana Joseph, thanks to a splendid catch on the boundary by Chloe Tryon. Malaba 1 for 18, very economical as always. 1 apiece for Ayabonga Kaka, who bowled in the middle phase of the innings today, and Nadine de Klerk, who'd been outstanding with ball and in the field.
Confirmation of today's results. South Africa batting first, getting to 183 for 6, powered by Tasman Britz's unbeaten 98. West Indies 133 for 6. In South Africa, victory by 50 runs to lead the 3-match T20 International Series 1-0.